Hey guys, gamers in the zone, and welcome to what I hope this time is the finale to Epic Battle Fantasy 3. Last time we played, we had managed to get all the way to the final battle against Akron, and then I ended up dying unexpectedly. So this time, we're going to be a bit more careful just to keep things a bit more organized here. I'm going to go ahead and save here. What I'm going to do to change a few things up is I'm going to make some slight alterations to some of the setups that I have. Mainly my setup is based around, regenerative MP. I think what I'd like to do is equip this, the Shadow Blaster, to give Lance some more dark resistance. So why don't we go ahead and just real quickly get this upgraded here. We should have enough materials to... And of course we don't have enough to fully upgrade it. Alright, well we'll be going backwards in a quick sec, but first things first, I'm also going to give Matt Lance's army gear, his soldier gear, because this stuff is basically capable of having the chance of casting an airstrike. The helmet has a random chance of summoning a med pack, which can be beneficial if we're lucky, as well as the army jacket, which has the random chance of casting airstrikes. And obviously, airstrikes are a really powerful, move at this point in the game. As for the sword I want him to use, I don't think there's really much of anything else I can use to make this more helpful, so I'm going to go backwards so I can quick get the resources to upgrade Lance's new gun, because I'd like him to use that specifically for this final battle. Because I used up all the booster items that I could. There's nothing else I can do to make myself stronger at this point. So I'll just buy a bit of those and just real quickly get this upgraded. There we go. So now we should have some powerful items. I mean, even has a small chance of casting Dark Blast, which that random chance will be beneficial in this final battle. So a few things to give us a better chance of winning in this fight. I didn't think I'd need to make such alterations, but here we are. So let's try this again. Because, yeah, all we have to do, like I said in the previous episodes, we've done just about everything we can in the game. All we gotta do is beat this guy, and, we beat the game. There he is. I'm having second thoughts. He totally owned us last time, and he'll do it again. This is the first time you've ever acted like a coward. Now it's not the time. This is gonna be our greatest moment. We're so dead. Let's get out of here. We can still go back and practice some more. We've still got time. Lance, shut up. We'll be fine. We've gone this far, haven't we? Just shoot and stab him like we've always done. I'll back you up, so you won't die. I can't believe she suddenly has more guts than us. Can't let a girl lead the party. I'm in. Shameful, really. Alright, let's send him back to the void. Aye. Alright, let's try this again with our new setup and see how this goes. Yeah, as you can see, there's the random chance airstrikes will get casted, so it'll be highly useful. Alright, first things I want to do here, I'm looking at his current resistances. He is not weak to poison here, so although I could take the time to buff my defenses here, I do think it'll be more beneficial here to go ahead and just do that real quickly. So that way I can immediately have us off to a decent start. And what else do I want to do? Alright, why don't we just cast... Nah, let's wait on the... No, let's get the poisoning going right at the start. And of course I didn't poison him anymore. And of course, Matt gets stunned. Well, maybe if I'm lucky I can... Okay, of course not. Of course, I have no way to dispel Akron's defenses at the moment either, so my best chances of really doing anything at the moment is just taking the time to cast some stuff. Actually, I should have taken that turn to cast the Regenerative Bunny. I'm just gonna let you guys know now, compared to the last episode, it's actually been kind of a while. So I apologize if it looks like my skills aren't as good as they used to be. It's Claws storing energy, better kill off quick. Ah, it is them who have awoken me. Let us see if they are worthy to stand before me. Please don't stun me again. Okay, good. Alright, now let's get some regular defense up. Cast the regen bunny. And I'm a bit worried about that thing's power, so I have no way of weakening it at the moment. Can they be siphoned? Let's see, and of course they're resistant to siphoning, so I have no way. My best chance, I'd say, at the moment is just casting. I'm gonna cast a med pack on Lance. I'm gonna go support. I don't think I'm gonna unleash a strong enough attack to kill him this turn. Alright, what are you aiming for? You're aiming for all of us. Those guys at least get regenerated. And of course now we gotta get everything back. We're already off to a rough start. Because already Lance got debuffed. Alright, for this turn... Alright, they don't have any sort of buffs, so I'm gonna go ahead and fully poison Akron this turn. So I'm not that worried about health at the moment. For billions of years I have lived. I have in my memory the early days of this planet, when Earth was but rock and fire, before other life had begun to evolve. There we go, and of course it misses. Alright, time to dispel those buffs. And go ahead and start casting some real spells so we can go ahead and get those guys taken down. So let's start off with... I'm not sure what I want to start out with. Let's start with another airstrike on this particular Rune Claw, because these Rune Claws need to go down. They're pretty close to going down. I'm going to cast a... Let's cast Pulsar. That should take them down. Alright. There we go. And he's going into his other form now. So it'll be beneficial I start activating the... And, of course, Lance gets hit by an instant death attack. So I'm going to need to take this turn to revive Lance. Alright, well, at least that gets some of his stats back up. Of course, he just had to get hit by an instant death attack. No matter. Anyway, like each turn, I'm going to take this time to poison specifically Akron, because all the enemies on screen can currently be poisoned. Perhaps I existed long before even that, but I am unable to recollect further into history. Alright. Should also think about at some point, go ahead and upping up the defenses again. Seeing how they're getting a bit low. And why don't we activate Regen Bunny, since Lance could use some regen. And then activate the poison gas. So that way some of these enemies can get poisoned. Specifically this tail down here is what I want to take care of. Also, I just realized I've not been scanning these guys. I am going to need to scan them if... That would have been useful on Lance, seeing how he's now in a very bad position. So I think I might just want to use this turn to purify Lance. Alright, Matt, go ahead and cast another poison on Akron so he stays poisoned and his health keeps going down. Alright, I'd like to quick scan these foes while they're still here, starting with the Evil Tail. Beast Cult. Oh, was that the last thing I needed to scan? I've lost all memory of the world from which I came. Alright, what else needs to be increased? I think I'd like to take this turn to just get our defenses back up. Well, nah, we're doing fine at the moment, so let's cast a poison, start poisoning the evil worm. According to the game, we've now scanned everything. Alright, just poison everything else, and then Natalie, you get magic defense back up. Alright, I'm certain we'll be able to beat him this time. And, of course, the claws are back, so we'd better make sure those guys eventually go down. And, of course, Natalie gets stunned. So I may need to have Lance cast a med pack this turn. Well, no, I should specifically focus towards dealing with those other enemies, so I say we focus this turn towards casting, ooh, actually, let's go ahead and cast Oblivion, so we can deal some massive damage to those claws. So you guys know how much I want to take out those claws as quickly as possible. I'm feeling pretty good about this run so far, though I don't want to let my guard down just yet. Countless times, I have been weakened and enslaved, yet ultimately, I remain. While my enemies succumb to the flow of time. Oh no, he's going for a... They're going for a dangerous stat buff there. And, of course, Lance gets stunned. So, I am going to take this turn to, first things first, Matt, you dispel our opponents. Natalie, purify. And then Matt, keep casting airstrikes. So that's going to be our best odds of taking them down. Of course, it turns out that, of course, bombs in this form heal Akron. And Lance is very close to... Okay, please don't aim for Natalie. Okay, that didn't kill anyone, luckily. Oh, is that going to take him down? Okay, no, it didn't, unfortunately. Very close, though. Except we are getting dangerously low on health. Natalie, you activate regen. Alright, Matt, you activate... Alright, I'm gonna get our defenses back up this turn. And then, how about we use an item this time? Let's go ahead and... What do I want to use here that restores a lot of health? Let's have us all eat a pizza. I'm okay with using up some pizza since it is the final battle and everything. I witness species evolve and head into eternal extinction. I wonder how long man will survive. Alright, we really need to take out those rune claws, so... My main target right now for this turn is just trying to take out those rune claws, even if we're unable to get our stats back up, or even be able to poison Akron. So I'd say I'm going to cast a power metal this turn. That should be enough to take out the rune claws. Okay, good. And then, Natalie, you get regen back up and running, and then next turn we can start getting our defenses back up. Okay, good thing I waited till this turn, because, yeah, now we gotta deal with... of course. Not the big fan about bomb attacks healing Akron at the moment. At least he's not immune to poison, or that poison can heal him. So this is a good opportunity to get our defenses back up. Get that back up while he's busy, and then try and start poisoning him. For aeons, I have pondered the meaning of my existence. Alas, I am still unable to find my answer. Okay, let's go ahead and get regen casted again. And then start casting another nettle so Akron can remain fully poisoned. And then heal Matt since he's running low on health with med pack. And, okay, no, that keeps his... That just ups his defenses and respawns the claws. So I don't have to worry about too much right now, so I can just dispel those guys. And then, why don't we give Lance a... Well, actually, let me rethink my strategy here, because while that's Lance's strongest attack, it's not exactly the most beneficial because it's now able to heal Akron. So what I could do is I could just focus all out on dark attacks. That would also be beneficial, just focusing all out on dark attacks, since they're what's currently the most powerful in Lance's arsenal. Yeah, why don't we do that? Just whip out the dark attacks. And he's whipping out his other form now, so things are about to get dangerous. All things must come to an end. Planets, stars, entire universes, even gods. Perhaps my destiny is simply to be destroyed. Alright, once again, all 5 enemies are on screen, and of course our opponents are whipping out some dangerous attacks. So let's keep our power high. Starting with, like always, poisoning the poisonable enemies. Specifically Akron, so he goes down as quickly as possible. Then we can start putting our mind on the rest of the enemies. So let's go ahead and cast another Pulsar. Dealing some massive damage to that one Rune Claw. I just really gotta kind of get lucky here. I've been getting kind of lucky this fight in that Akron has not been whipping out his strongest attack. Should make sure I remain at the ready, though, because at any moment he could easily strike us down. I'm going to go ahead and here and cast Matt's Limit Breaks. That way at least one of the Rune Claws go down. Then cast... Oh, wait a minute. Pulse is just as strong as Pulsar? That's interesting. Nonetheless, I'm going all out on taking out that Rune Claw. No matter what it takes. Alright, cast some more Poison Gas. Make sure everything remains fully poisoned. Oh, geez, that right there is his strongest melee attack. And yet, I am immortal. My freedom is my captivity. I shall not die. Oh, please don't aim for Matt. And, of course, you aim for Matt. Out of all the targets you could have aimed for, it just had to be Matt. Alright, well, at least now, Matt... Why don't we have Matt focus this turn on getting our... Well, no, we're very close to taking that enemy out. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So I think I'm actually going to take this turn to cast a Fright in the hopes that I take out that Claw. And, of course, my hopes are in vain. Except that attack missed. That was extremely lucky. Except that's not lucky that Natalie got Berserk at the worst possible time. And a lucky shot right there. Alright, let's activate that Natalie's Limit Break. And then we can go all out on attacking Akron. Okay, where do I want to start with this? Why don't we start... I just want to focus all out on attacking Akron now. So there is a lot we could do right now. Why don't we start by casting some strong attacks on the side enemies, specifically that one. So I don't have to worry about an attack from them. And then focus all out here on an all-out attack on Akron. I delight at your power. Such incredible power. Alright, that wasn't too much of anything dangerous, so nothing to worry about just yet. I am going to go ahead and have Natalie reactivate the Regen Bunny. Normally I'd cast Dispel, but right now there's no dangerous buffs on screen, so I'm just going to focus, like always, again, on poisoning Akron. Which poisoned him rather quickly, too. That's nice. And, of course, right as he takes the time to change his weakness. And, of course, it's one that gives him poison immunity. Which means our poison attacks are going to do nothing to him now. So, for now, my best option is to go ahead and just take the time to, first things first, dispel his buffs. And then we gotta take the time to... He's weak to Holy and Thunder attacks at the moment, but our best option right now is to focus all out on taking out the side claws. In which, of course, Natalie is immensely powerful at the moment. So, let's go ahead and have Natalie go all out there. Lance is currently weak, so I think I'm gonna have him play a bit of a support role at the moment. In terms of, why don't he take the time to... Actually, there's no... Well, there's a few useful things he can do. Why don't we have him get his own defenses up? Just so he doesn't go taking a lot of damage. Perhaps that man does have a future on this planet. We shall see if he is above God himself. And of course that one Rune Claw is saving up for a powerful attack, so we'd better get ready here. Go ahead and have Natalie buff up the magic defense. Alright, Matt, you get the protection spell up for melee attacks. And then why don't we have Lance go all out with, let's see, either Holy or Thunder. Why don't we have him use Plasma Cross on this one? And that dealt very little damage, actually. Watch, it's gonna aim straight for Natalie. Okay, it didn't aim for Natalie. That is an interesting twist. Again, though, we have been very lucky throughout this fight in that not a whole lot has really come our way yet. Alright, I know this probably does nothing to Akron, but I'm just gonna cast Air Strikes because I know that's gonna be our strongest hitting attacks. Alright, that's one Rune Claw down. And here comes some side enemies, and of course, a lot of debuffs on us right now. A lot of dangerous debuffs, that's for certain. So I'm gonna go ahead and at this time activate some buffs as always. Go ahead and keep the regen bunny active. If only I had widespread holy spells, I could easily wipe out all of these enemies in an instant. But alas, I don't really have a whole lot of useful moves for that, so my best option is probably to keep in the, I'm gonna keep going for the Rune Claws, since they're our most dangerous target at the moment. Although we should get these clay soldiers taken down at some point, since they are fairly dangerous. Because, yeah, they're quite powerful. Alright, go ahead and... Alright, I think now's a good time to have Lance cast his Oblivion. Which, oh, that does harm Akron in this form. Okay. I guess I was wrong about it. Let's cast activate another Legend to take out that Rune Claw. And, of course, it's just barely not enough to take him down. And, of course, Akron whips out another Rune Claw. Jeez. Natalie has some dangerous debuffs on her right now. Alright, so let's take this turn to get a, let's start with getting the Regen Bunny reactivated. Well, no, we should focus this turn towards getting our attack and defense back up. Well, not attack, specifically the defense. We'll focus on the Regen Bunny next turn. So the only one that doesn't have the effects of the Regen Bunny is Natalie. And of course it's only the one hitting attack. Which is not what I was wanting. Of course all of Lance's effects get dispelled, making the effects on him become pointless. So we're gonna try and keep his buffs high. Alright, Natalie, you get the Regen Bunny back up. And why don't we take this turn to dispel our targets? Those are some pretty devastating attacks, though. We gotta get those clay soldiers taken out at some point. So So why don't we focus a bit less on supporting, start going all out on the attack. Starting with taking out all these dark clays, which they're always annoying. Then, I actually kind of want to take this turn to go ahead and regenerate some of our MP. Because characters like Natalie here are running a bit low on MP at the moment. Natalie, why don't you cast a Purify this spell this turn to get rid of that Doom effect on Lance? Alright. So far, this is all that Akron has on screen, so we're in a position to where I think we can just go all out on the attack now. So let's do it. I'm gonna start like always. Actually, I want to make sure everyone's MP stays up, so I'm gonna give Lance that. Natalie, you're gonna cast a holy spell on the Rune Claw. And then an airstrike. Which was unfortunately not enough. Alright. And of course he keeps dispelling all our buffs. So really nothing else I can do there. All I can do is keep going all out on these airstrikes. Oh, it's very close to going down. Okay. I'm gonna have Matt cast that, which should take that down. Good. Then we can go focus an entire judgment spell on Akron. That should deal some good damage to him in his current form. Oh no, that's bad. Poison heals Akron in this form, which is very dangerous. Meaning that until he goes into his next form, we kind of can't do anything to him. So we gotta really make sure we go all out. Luckily, he's very weak to bombs here. So why don't we have a buff on Lance to make sure his airstrike deals massive damage to him each turn. That'll be a good way of countering his current attack. And then I gotta find a way to get rid of that effect, but I don't know how. Nonetheless, he's also weak to wind attacks, so we can cast something like this, the Power Metal. Okay, there we go. That should get rid of the poison. And, of course, this is not a good time for these particular enemies to be coming out. Luckily, Lance and Natalie have some pretty good dark resistance that, like, they should be... Yeah, the only one that's really in danger with that Monolith's attacks is with Lance. But now is a good time to start getting some of our defenses and attack back up. Now that these enemies are being whipped out. And then, I know Matt is in kind of a danger zone, but I kind of want to take my chances and focus all out on attacking the Monolith while Lance still has buffed attack power. And that might be something I'll regret. At least we have regen. How did all of that... Well, then again, yeah, Yeah, okay. Dispel. We really need to make sure our opponents are dispelled here. Otherwise, we're in serious trouble. Alright. This airstrike should finish him off. And, of course, they all miss. Alright, let's get a magic barrier up for some defense against that really powerful attack Akron is about to unleash. Always a devastating one that always guarantees that someone dies. And this time it was Matt. And, okay, 2 characters are dying this round. So maybe what we do is we revive... We'll start by reviving Matt. And then Matt, you are going to revive Lance. And I know that evasion is still high, but I would really like to ensure that that Cosmic Monolith is taken out before it unleashes its next highly powerful attack. Okay, that's gonna heal those two, do nothing to Natalie. I'm pretty sure Matt's dead again. Yep. Don't unleash your instant death attack again. Okay. Whew. This is a tough fight. For sure. Okay. Cast a Dispel. Those guys need to go down. Airstrike. Pronto. Finish him every time. How does it keep missing? That's what I don't get here. And the Rune Claw's back out. Now we're in serious trouble. As long as that Cosmic Monolith remains out, we're in serious trouble. Alright. Matt, you keep dispelling. Natalie, you keep the Regen Bunny activated. Oh, I see the problem. It's because Lance, for some reason, has lowered accuracy. So I'm going to activate Lock On, so that way the accuracy is higher. And then next turn... What a waste of a turn. What a waste of... Watch, this thing's going to aim for Matt. Okay, it didn't. Thank goodness. But some of these enemies really need to go down, so I'm going to take this turn to just activate Cleaver on the Evil Tail. That wasn't enough to take it out? Are you serious? Alright, that Cosmic Monolith needs to go down. Why do they keep aiming for Matt? Matt's like currently the weakest in our party right now is the problem. Okay, that's gonna deal nothing, but that is gonna heal him just a little bit. And that thing's gonna unleash an annoying attack, I can tell. Okay, finally that thing's dead. Okay, once again, okay, Matt needs to get revived. If only I could unleash the Limit Break. Natalie needs to be given the med pack because she's badly poisoned. And then, what do I want to unleash for Matt? Because Matt cannot do a whole lot right now. I think I just want to have Matt go ahead and get the protection activated. Just so we... And of course, that watch, they're going to unleash only magic attacks. Okay, just buffs. Okay, is that it? And Lance is dead again. Of course, once again, Natalie can't unleash her Limit Break. This is getting ridiculous. How many times is Lance gonna die now? All I can say is that that Cosmic Monolith needs to die. And Matt keeps dying. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna have Lance revive Matt instead. Have Natalie cast her Limit Break. That way I can unleash some immensely powerful attacks on these guys. Alright, what do I want to have Matt do? That can easily take this guy down. Because Matt can't do a whole lot to take that guy down. He can, though, cast an immensely powerful attack on the... Let's go for the Rune Claw this turn, because that Rune Claw, with the fact that it can heal and stuff, is kind of annoying. Alright, finally, and of course it's back to the black, which once again can't really do a whole lot to help. Alright, now, though, Lance should be able to finish off this annoying Cosmic Monolith. Finally! Down it goes. Alright, now we can focus all out once again on taking out Akron here. I'm just gonna ignore that worm enemy. What did that Cosmic Monolith do that we can barely attack? Alright. Let's start... Okay, first things first. Matt, you dispel them. So those are some annoying spells right there. I would go all out on a different attack, but at the same time... Akron's power is really high at the moment, so... I'm just gonna keep... having Lance cast airstrikes on everything. And of course it only focuses on one target this turn. Alright, currently weak to Holy and Thunder, so let's do a widespread thunderstorm. Since, yeah, it managed to stun some of the rune claws. Of course that one didn't get stunned. And... okay, Lance barely Matt barely survived that. Except now we gotta get the regen bunny back up. Because they keep debuffing our stats. Lance, no, you gotta stay on the offensive here. Alright, keep going for the rune claws. Alright, the worm's down. And then, how about we have Matt cast Power Metal this turn, since that heals. And does some widespread damage. Alright, Akron's going into his freaky form. We're getting pretty far this fight, seeing how Akron's down to half health. Alright, I need to make sure that poison is healed this turn, because the poison is getting pretty bad with us. I'm gonna have Natalie cast a Purify spell. And focus all out this turn on taking out that other Rune Claw. Alright, there we go, it's down. Now we can focus this turn towards getting some of our defense back up. I know we could also go for the... okay, we'll focus this next turn towards getting our magic defense back up. Okay, activate magic defense. And we're gonna start poisoning these enemies, so that way they progressively go down. Alright, I know this is gonna do nothing to Akron. That's not my target, though. My target is currently to take out the side enemies as soon as possible. Instant death on Lance? Are you serious? I would have been so mad if that stunned Natalie right there. Thankfully it didn't. Once again, I'm left in a situation where I'm left having to revive Lance. When I really don't want to. Let's go ahead and give him a defense booster, just to be safe, and we're going to keep focusing all out on taking care of these side enemies, because they're annoying. Avoid that annoying attack. Thankfully it... please tell me Medpack helps here. If not, I think I'm just going to consider having Matt use a Garlic to help out Lance. Lance is going to use Medpack to heal Natalie. And Natalie is going to... what is Natalie going to do? Why don't we have her cast the Regen Buddy? We are getting to be a bit low on MP though, so we are going to want to start focusing this next turn towards dealing with that. Of course, first thing you do is start buffing up stats and stuff. Alright, dispel all of you. Natalie, why don't you focus this turn? While you're beneficial, you should focus this turn towards getting some MP back. Alright, and then my buddy Lance. Why don't you unleash another Oblivion so we can take care of these annoying Rune Claws as soon as possible. Alright, that's a fairly weak attack, so that's okay. It's always the dispelling attack. And, those annoying rune claws keep healing. And, of course, Lance is dead again. He keeps getting dead at the worst possible time. Alright, Matt, you go all out with the cleaver on this rune claw here, why don't we? And then, Lance, why don't you cast an airstrike on that rune claw to finish him off? And it takes out the tail as well, good. Alright, of course. And of course, going all out on trying to kill Matt, aren't you? Watch, that's gonna kill Matt. Yep, I knew it. Once again, I'm having to revive someone. Alright, let's see if we can cast one last airstrike and finish off that other rune claw. There it goes. Matt can focus this turn towards getting some defense up. Of course, it unleashes his annoying attack. Alright, well, at least I can start poisoning Akron again. And everyone else is down, giving me the chance to unleash some strong attacks on Akron. So let's start poisoning him. Let the poisoning begin. I should probably focus this turn towards healing, but right now I just want to focus all out on taking him. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Alright, you know what? I'm fine doing this. As long as Akron gets progressively more and more poisoned, he'll eventually go down, right? And of course he goes into that form at the worst possible time, right as I'm in the middle of poisoning him. Akron's just being annoying as always. Luckily, I can always just have Lance cast some poison gases to poison everyone. Except Lance is getting to run a bit low on MP. So perhaps I should... No, I should have Natalie get the defense up. Have Matt get some MP restored in Lance. And then, Lance, you keep casting the poison gas. So that way everyone keeps getting poisoned. Jeez, Akron, you really like that Dark Blast attack, don't you? Come on, Medpack, heal Natalie. Of course you don't. Why would you? Alright. I'll be focusing this turn all out on poisoning Akron here. Both Lance, or Matt, and Natalie are just going to focus all out on poisoning Akron. So now, Akron will take the highest damage from... Ooh, I was not ready for that attack. That's for certain. Alright, it's fine. Those enemies are on the road to death, so I'm not too worried. Alright, let's prepare... Why don't we prepare a Guardian on Matt to prevent him from dying? That guy always goes back into his other form when I least want him to. And it's really starting to get on my nerves. Alright, dispel all of that. And then we are going to cast... I'm going to cast Oblivion, so I can deal with those rune claws. Alright, the tail's down. That's an easy to deal with attack. Okay, I can handle that. Alright, actually, let's just go all out. Well, no, I should really focus on dealing with those rune claws, so... Yeah, let's keep casting airstrike. Well, no, it would be beneficial to deal with what's left of them. So yeah, focus all out. I'm focusing all out on the poison, even if it's a bit risky. Thunder and Holy. I am gonna have Natalie activate regen. Have Matt get the defense up. And then have Lance go all out with airstrike. Which, very close to taking out one of the last ones. And of course the other one starts healing. And Lance is dead. And it heals again. Oh my goodness. They just keep healing when I least want them to. Alright. Well, at least know that that's going to be dead by next turn. And as long as Akron keeps taking damage, that's all that matters. So now Lance is going to need to get his defense up. And then Matt, why don't you focus your powers towards weakening their magic defense, allowing Lance's attacks to deal more damage. And of course, Akron switches to a form that isn't weak to that particular kind of damage. Thankfully, their magic defense is down, so I don't have to worry about much. We'll cast Screamer here, which will heal Akron a bit, but will keep weakening the other Rune Claw's magic defense. Thought that would hit me. You think wrong. Alright, let's cast... Alright, why don't we have Natalie activate her Limit Break this time, so we can get some high stat buffs. And activate Cleaver. And then, of course, have Lance go all out with the airstrikes. Well, actually, this thing is pretty weak to thunder attacks. So why don't we just activate Plasma Cross, which would easily finish him off. Reactivate the regen bunny. I'm gonna forget that enemy up there for a little while and just focus all out on attacking Akron while we have the opening. So we have the opening for some strong attacks right now, to really lay waste to Akron. There we go. That's some good damage to Akron right there. And there he goes with the Cosmic Monolith, so get ready for a strong attack. Alright, that thing's gotta go down. So I'm gonna have Matt cast something. Don't we have any items designed to boost accuracy? Here we are. Never thought... I don't think I've ever used that item in any of my playthroughs, but I saw it necessary within this particular moment, just so I can take this guy out. But it's my best opening while it's still here, to cast some strong electric attacks. Alright, that thing's charging up a strong attack. I'd better be careful. Alright, first, let's dispel them. And of course, we missed the Cosmic Monolith. I'm gonna take my chances, though, and see if an air strike can finish it off. Come on, finish it off! Duh! Alright, let's get the barrier up. So that way this doesn't kill us. So this is always a devastatingly powerful attack, no matter how strong you are in the game by this point. And of course, we all get dispelled by that. Alright, cast Dispel. I really want that Cosmic Monolith to be finished off. Finish him off. No? Okay. Finish him off. Ooh, that's a devastating attack. Okay. We barely survived that, so... let's be extremely careful here. Get everyone revived, and maybe consume a pizza. Yeah, let's just all consume a pizza this turn. Because, like, we're so close to finishing this guy off. I would not want to lose here just because we just barely couldn't beat him. Oh, please stay alive, Lance. Ooh, Lance just barely survived that. Alright, Lance, cast a med pack on yourself. You deserve a heal, buddy. As for Matt, why don't you cast a protection in case he decides to unleash that annoying attack again. Which, of course, he doesn't. He's going to cast in... Of course, he starts going for a magic attack. Raise, I'm focusing more towards physical defense. Alright, why don't we focus this turn towards taking out this guy over here. Alright. Just so the only thing we have to deal with is Akron's attack here. Which, of course, ends up being instant death on Lance. Although I think, at this point in the fight, considering the amount of health Akron has left, I don't think he's going to do much else. So I think we're through the hard part of the fight, where we just have to finish him off at this point. Alright, Holy and Thunder attacks is his weakness. So let's go finish him off. Alright, we know the drill on this attack. At this point, this attack has nothing on us. He's got no backup anymore, because I think at this point in the fight, he just stopped summoning backup altogether, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's just how the fight goes. Why don't we cast an Unload here to unleash some really massive damage? What was that? Oh yeah, I remember these guys ending up being devastating by this point in the fight. So we'd better hurry up and take them down. See, if I remember correctly, these guys are weak to Fire and Holy. So I'm gonna have Matt cast Screamer to weaken their magic. That way we can focus all out on an attack, a really devastating attack. Why don't we cast Oblivion? Does that not count as a magic attack? Are you serious? Did I just do that for nothing? Alright. Well, there's always next time, I guess. But yeah, these guys can get very annoying at this point. So it's going to be high priority we take them down. Alright, Natalie, you do the honors of finishing this one off. There we go, we don't have to worry about him anymore. Let's get our defenses back up, so we can stay strong in this fight. Okay, Lance just got the Doom effect. So let's quick, actually, for this turn, let's get the barrier back up. We don't have to worry about that for a few turns. Although there might be a few other things we'll need to worry about. That's something I'm currently not worried about. But I'm pretty sure at this point in the fight we're on the road to victory. Alright, you know what? I'll just cast Medpack and have Lance heal it himself. He's preparing that attack again. Alright, well, good thing we just got that upgraded. Dispel the magic buff. Get to keep our regen activated. We could just keep going all out at finishing this guy off. I mean, we can start focusing all out on just using some moves that are just gonna lower his power even more. Let's start with this one that lowers his defense. Yeah, that was basically nothing at this point. We just gotta finish this guy off. Because now with that little weakness, yeah, we can just start wrapping things up here. Well, folks, I'd say this is it. We're finally gonna beat the game. Took a bit of effort in terms of what we've had to do, but I do believe we are on the road to victory right now. Alright, let's cast another legend attack. So those deal good damage, as well as keeps Matt's MP up. And then a devastating legend attack. Oh yeah, that caused his eyeballs to straight up come out. That was a devastating attack. Alright. We don't have any other limit breaks ready, so I'm gonna have Matt cast another legend. Lance, you cast an unload on him. And then, Natalie, you do the honors of finishing him off with your current limit break. One that I normally don't use often since I like the support limit break. I'm gonna finish him off using Genesis. Yeah, he barely has any HP left, only in the 4th digits. This should finish him off. May there be mercy on man and machine for their sins. That was a good finishing blow move right there. And with that, there he goes. I guess all 3 achievements because we're doing this on epic difficulty. You can't see him being finished off because of all the achievements coming on screen. It was never known from where Akron originated, and his influence on the evolution of Earth's life is debatable. Perhaps he did not always take his current monstrous form. However, it was clear that he had become twisted over the ages, a being left with no remorse and little sanity, seeking only to quench an insatiable hunger for power. Leeching energy from Earth and its inhabitants, he had become a threat which could no longer be ignored and simply sealed away. The time had come to finally destroy him and free mankind from his curse. And there just happened to be 3 warriors with the strength and courage to tackle such a task, backed by a cast of many friends who had they had encountered in their travels, and the rest is history. The end. Not yet, actually. There is one last little reward you can get for collecting every medal in the game. The game does not make it obvious, but there is indeed a reward for collecting every medal in the game. Nice little end screen photo here of everyone celebrating their victory. I like how some of the bosses here are still here. That's nice. Got everyone here. With that, a little... there is a nice reward for beating the game, regardless of what difficulty you're playing on. If you finish the game, you finish the game, but the story continues in Epic Battle Fantasy IV and Bullet Heaven 2, which I believe takes place after Epic Battle Fantasy IV. Well, there's one thing to keep you playing a bit longer. Yeah, those... I do still need to purchase this. I do believe there's a combo pack where I can purchase both these games. As well, actually, I think maybe also Epic Battle Fantasy V Deluxe as well. Because I don't think you can play 3, 4, and 5 on ArmorGames.com anymore. I believe the only way you can play it now is by buying the deluxe versions on Steam. Well, I mean, Epic Battle Fantasy 3 here is not a deluxe version, though. It's perfectly free. But I do still need to purchase 4 and 5, and I have played the first Bullet Heaven and have taken the time to get every single medal. I have not taken the time to I have not taken the time to play through all of Bullet Heaven 2 yet. That might be something I'll do on the channel. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Anyway, our reward for beating the game. You can now replay the game with your current stats and gear. Just select the options that you want and click Next. You can't change the difficulty, though. Keep this in mind as you go into this. So, you can't change the difficulty. This is basically New Game Plus. So you can choose to keep your weapons, skills, weapon levels, items in gold, experience levels, as well as another bonus, no level limit, meaning that your max level, you no longer have the max level of 30. I'm pretty sure, like, the amount of levels that you can go up to now is unlimited. And this is very important for the, what's basically New Game Plus. Anyway, I'm gonna save progress in, how about File 7? Just so I know for a fact this is New Game Plus. I'm gonna quit out, because to go through all that, again, just to show you the reward is gonna take a while. I'm just gonna use my non-New Game Plus file for this. Even though this one, you know, we still have yet to do everything, but this one, now that we have every single medal in the game, little reward comes up if we go back. It's not directly revealed like the previous medal gates. This one, you kind of have to do a little bit of looking around to find. But if we go back into this area, we'll see a bit of something here. Initially, before you went as far as to collect every single medal in the game, there was, as soon as I get to it, okay, I think it was up here. Initially, I believe Death was standing right here, in this spot around here. So now that we've collected every medal in the game, he's not here anymore. Or, did I get the positioning wrong? Okay, it was up here. This right here is your reward for collecting every single medal in the game. One last secret medal room. And I will tell you right now, the enemies what you come across here are immensely powerful enemies that are at insanely high levels. As in, like, these are enemies that, like, you only stand a fighting chance against them if you do New Game Plus and do quite a bit of leveling up. Luckily, thanks to that flea exploit I've mentioned, where with surprise encounters like those you can easily get away from them by just fleeing, we're able to get past them. And that is what I'd suggest doing, because while maybe a certain number of playthroughs it's possible to beat some of these guys, there is one particular encounter you'll have to keep beating the game and doing New Game Plus quite a few times if you want to get strong enough to face what you end up facing here. And you'll see what I mean when we get to it. So this one contains a bunch of gems. And then I'm pretty sure what it is when you beat this enemy right here. I'm not going to show what it is, though. You guys, if you really want to take on this challenge when you play the game, you can do that yourself. I just want to show you guys what's back here. A lot of mithril plates, a lot of valuable items, basically. A lot of upgrade items here as well, basically. Along with some last bit of dialogue here. I guess this is the part where we've finished everything the game has to offer, and we're given some bribes to keep playing a bit longer. Man, this game sucked. The plot hardly got anywhere. I'm truly disappointed. It's really over? I wanted to kill more stuff. I guess so. Oh well, thanks for playing. And with that, you have some more highly valuable items. As you saw back there, a lot of money, along with like 30 of each different permanent stat buff item. Well, not everything, but a lot of that you have to work with here. So with that being said, I will say, thanks for watching this Let's Play. And next time, we'll supposedly... I mean, since I'm still being a bit wise with my money, I'm still unsure if I want to make the purchase just yet, especially at this time where I'm currently busy with college. Maybe sometime towards next summer, depending on when you hear this, when I upload this. Like, this is still back in my 2021 fall semester. Maybe I'll eventually purchase that bundle. Maybe the next time it goes on sale on Steam. I think there might be a sale happening right now as I'm recording this, so maybe I'll quick take a look there. But I can guarantee you guys I will eventually get Epic Battle Fantasy 4 and Epic Battle Fantasy 5. As well as, of course, Bullet Heaven 2, since I know there is a bundle for that. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this Let's Play. And if you enjoyed this Let's Play and wish to see more of my content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay notified of future uploads. And until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone!